It's Deprogrammed, the podcast where we, indeed, try to get you into a band. And today that band is Bad Religion. And I'm Justin, and I'm going to get this right out of the way. This is episode 2 of the John F. Sessions. So John is joining me.
Hello.
So
hey, thanks for having me back.
Now, so we had the nice little break there with Alkaline Trio was separate. Are you ready for the long haul tonight?
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Ever since you mentioned it, I think the first time, I've been super excited about this. I love doing these. It's so much fun. Thank you.
I mean, I'm worried that this is going to be a bloodbath, and you keep trying to calm me down, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's time to put up or shut up. So we'll see how it goes.
And speaking of putting up or shutting up, first time on the show, Randy.
Hi, how's it going? I'm no stranger to John and bloodbaths on other podcasts that we have both been on before. So this should be fine. And like most fights that I have with John, I will win this one.
Oh, we'll see.
Yes.
I will fight you, John. This is a different podcast.
We do have an ongoing theme on the. We'll talk about it, I'm sure. The podcast that Randy and I do, where I threaten to fight people who come on the show. So hopefully we won't have to come to that on this one. Justin, you're too nice for that. I'm not going to threaten to fight.
Okay. So let's jump into this. I mentioned we're doing Bad Religion, and this was actually you brought them up, John.
Yep.
And so this is basically a discovery for me, but clearly not for you.
Oh yeah, no, I've been aware of them for 25 years at least. Bad Religion is one of those bands that they're one of those gateway bands that when you get into punk rock, they're one of the first ones that everybody hears about, because in the mid-90s, they kind of broke through on MTV with Stranger Than Fiction. Infected was a big song. So you hear about them, and then for me, I always want to dive back in and go deeper. So you find out about, No Control and Suffer and Against the Grain, and you go back to How Could Hell Be Any Worse in 85. You realize these guys have been around since 1980. They're coming up on almost 40 years as a band.
Insane. So
they've got an interesting career. So we'll get into it, I'm sure.
All right. And so what made you decide, Randy, that this was the first time you had to hop on board? Why Bad Religion?
They are absolutely one of my favorite all-time punk bands, and probably in my top 10 favorite bands of all time. This is right around the era 2003, 2004, where my musical taste is just about to take a change. I'm really getting into punk rock at the time, and like John said, gateway band Bad Religion was one of them. I mean, I don't know if we do story time on this or whatnot, but if you don't mind, if you can indulge me, I have a great Bad Religion story. I was supposed to see them in 2003, and it was during Process of Belief, and we show up to the arena and it's empty. There's nobody there, and a car pulls up alongside us and said that Greg Graffin has bronchitis and the show's canceled. And my heart just freaking dropped. It was right at the time where they'd start becoming top 3 favorite bands, of all time at that point. And, I thankfully been able to see them 4 or 5 times since then. But just around that time, heavy musical influences like them, the Descendants, really influencing my punk rock genre, I suppose. And when I heard that John was doing the show, I thought this would be a good way to get in the door.
A good entry point, as it were.
Absolutely.
So you immediately, John, had the parameters. You had, once the second you said, hey, these are the bands we should do for John F. Sessions, the second I made the Bad Religion group, you said, this is the parameters, this is what we do.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is definitely their classic era. I mean, we're talking about, going back to 1980, How Could Hell Be Any Worse? We did skip Into the Unknown, their ill-fated mid-80s prog folk album. We won't get into that, even though I like some of the songs. But then you talk about Suffer being 1988. There were no other bands that sounded like this in 1988, right? This was the beginning of that California polished, like harmonies, the produced beginning of that sound. Bands like NoFX and The Offspring, like once they heard this, they were like, oh, that's what we want to do. And it kind of, that whole thing kind of sprouted from there. So yeah, we talk about How Could Hell Be Any Worse, Suffer, No Control, Against the Grain, Generator, Recipe for Hate, and Stranger Than Fiction. That's like the classic Bad Religion era. After that, they've kind of, they've had some, don't get me wrong, they've had some great songs since Stranger Than Fiction, but after Stranger Than Fiction, they started to kind of a little bit recycle of what they were doing. They weren't really, there wasn't anything new. They kind of already established themselves. They were getting a little older. So, and we can definitely do, Bad Religion's band. You could definitely do a part 2, a part 3, because I think they've got a new album coming out next year that they just announced. So, there's definitely a history there. But yeah, this section that we're doing here is the classic Bad Religion era.
So, I mean, it turned the reason I keep thinking it's going to be a bloodbath is because it turns out to be like 115 songs, something like that. I mean, it's not the most we've ever done in a show, but like if anybody's ever listened to the REM episode of Deprogrammed, it was rough because there's 4 of us and we covered the entire discography as it was at the time, and it's a lot to tackle. I have to point this out, and I said this on the Alkaline Trio as well, and I hate that it comes out negative, but not many people listen to all the episodes, so I feel like I have to repeat it. A lot of the songs sound the same, and that is not a bad thing if you do it well. Bad Religion is a punk band, so of course it's gonna sound a lot the same. It's not a bad thing if they do it as well as they do, but that combined with the amount of songs is what I'm worried about here. But you guys don't seem to be worried about it at all.
Yeah, I think some of the material I think will rise to the top. That's what I've been thinking. We'll see if I'm right. I mean, we could be in for an NTP situation. I can only hope.
John loves NTP. Now, let me explain NTP.
Please do, yeah, because I'm not sure what it is.
So I hate bringing up what it stands for because, like, the whole idea of shortening it to NTP was so I didn't have to explain what it stands for. But it's a New Trash Protocol, and if for some reason between unanimous decisions and our conversation we don't pull out 10 songs to complete our list, then we each get to pull out a song from our own trash and a trash song from one of the other panel members, and then we'll whittle those down to fill out our top 10. Hopefully we don't need it, but you never know. This is a lot of songs.
If we gotta go picking in the dumpster, we gotta go picking in the dumpster. And honestly, there's so many good Bad Religion songs that I'm all right. If we don't disagree on paper, then I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, I actually like that song that you just mentioned, and it was probably on the list that I had to cut out. So,
and we did it on Sonic Youth. It worked out great.
That's true. So, what was it like putting your 20 together here, John?
Well, like I said for Alkaline Trio, I have probably 8 or 10 absolute classics that have to be on my list. So I started with those. And then I did try a little more in this one to have each album represented. So I went through, I think this was definitely the hardest of the group because I think I had over 40 on my first pass through, and I had to cut some absolute songs that I love. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this one maybe took 3 or 4 listens all the way through to really get down to 20, and it was tough.
Now, this is your first time on the show, Randy. What was it like for you putting 20 together?
A lot harder than I thought.
See?
I actually made 20 before listening to anything. Just like the 20. Yeah, I know it was probably a horrible idea, but it was the first 20 that really came to my head. That was just like, all right, what are my favorite Bad Religion songs? And obviously, I had some scratch offs and had some ones that I'm like, you know what, I really don't want to put that song in. But then you listen to every album by album, and like I said, I got into Bad Religion in 2003, 2004, and that's when Process of Belief and Empire Strikes First came out. And those two, I love those albums. So to me, leaving stuff off of those albums, I feel disappointed that we're gonna have to do that. And even some off of Great Race and New America, they have some great stuff off those albums too, and New Maps of Hell. So going through it, I thought I would have much more from a specific album than I would go through other ones and be like, oh no, I'm gonna have way more from this one than I am from this one. And I would say that for the most part, I probably had I had around what John did, like eight to 10 that were absolute must-haves that never got changed. But there were a lot that actually made their way in, and kind of at the last minute too. So a lot of changes.
So for me, I want to say I had like 49 or 50 initially. Like after first listen, I was like, well, that didn't go well. Yeah, I always hope to be somewhere in the 30s after the first listen, because that's a manageable number. But I was somewhere.
That just means they're a good band, though, right?
Yeah, and I mean, now my second time through, I was able to make some cuts a little swifter, because I was like, okay, this sounds like this sounds like this, and it was just kind of which guitar riff hit me better, which one hit me in the face faster, stuff like that. And then as I'm getting down to, I want to say I was like somewhere like 25 or 26. And then Randy jumps in, he goes, wait a second, no Recipe for Hate?
Yeah, I should explain that. That's my bad. When you mentioned that, I immediately had the list. I had forgotten Recipe for Hate on that list. So when you were putting together the Spotify playlist, you didn't have it on there. No fault of your own. You were just going by what I did. But I always, that was their first major label record. Like I always go straight from Generator to Stranger Than Fiction for some reason. But I'm glad we were able to rectify my mistake and get it in there.
Well, thankfully, I think it's all of 14 songs, but 37 minutes. So I was able to listen to it the next day, but it made everything worse because I ended up with like 6 more songs. I was like, damn it. And then I trimmed it down, and you always have to make cuts that you don't want to. So I'm sure that you guys will be, how the hell do you not have that one? A lot. So
we might be doing this all night, folks.
So we will see. But that being said, like, I mean, as far as sound goes, like, I feel like there isn't a 10 that we could present that would be incorrect, at least from what I listened to. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think there's a lot of stuff that I left off where I specifically said, I will fight for it if you two or one of you two even picks it, and I leave it off. I'll fight for it just because I still love the song. It's 20. I mean, I love at least 9 of Bad Religion's. They must have 15 full-length releases now. At least 9 of them I'm obsessed with. So,
but as they say, no Bad Religion song can make your life complete.
Well, with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and we have combed through, I think it turned out to be 7 records. I don't remember. I think it was initially 6, and then we added the 7th. Right. And an extra song that Randy insisted that we have, and I'm glad he did. And we've pulled out 20 songs that we're now going to mash against each other in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for Bad Religion for you. Really, all you have to do is push play on this, and you'll understand what Bad Religion is about. With that being said, I'm starting with that extra song that Randy insisted we have because I agree. I know it was a hit, but the second I heard it, I felt good. Like the second I pushed play, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this band. Oh, man, like how did I forget about this band? How did I forget about this song? Sorrow.
Yeah, it's an absolute classic. It's one of Greg Graffin's masterpieces. Look, you can't say enough about the man. He's a PhD. He's a scientist. He's a professor, and God, he is so knowledgeable. And I think that if he was born in a different generation, he would be up there with the Woody Guthries and the Bob Dylans of songwriting, because he really is that good of a songwriter. And Sorrow is one of those songs where it's kind of a transition period where they started actually writing, him and Brett started writing on piano and acoustic guitar. So if you've heard this version, the acoustic version before, that's its original format, and then they translated it into more of a punk rock form, which really it's not a traditional punk rock song either, which kind of makes it beautiful in a way. So 100%, absolutely one of their best songs that they've ever written.
I don't have it.
I knew that was coming.
No, it is a great song. I remember when that song came out, but it's I couldn't put it on my list because there's too many other good ones.
I knew that one was coming. I knew for a fact that John wasn't going to have it. I wasn't sure of the reason, but I knew he wouldn't. But that being said, Randy and I do, which pushes it over to the conversation. So it still lives on. All right, John.
Let's go back to the old days and let's do part 3 off of How Could Hell Be Any Worse?
Nope.
Great baseline intro. That always got me in that one. But here we go, as they say. Here we'll see how it plays out. It might come back.
It might. You never know. And actually, I think I might have to. I might have to notate who does what, because if we need it out of the trash, then we know who played what.
I'll put a parentheses on mine too.
Okay. So part 3 was played by John, and that brings us to Randy.
I'm going to go straight off the first track off of How Could Hell Be Any Worse. This is really what kicked it off for them. We're only going to die for our own arrogance.
I got it.
I got it too.
Hey, yeah! We got one.
See, it's not too bad.
We got one. But like, we kind of had to have that one, right? Like,
100%.
I think this was the one that Sublime covered, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people heard about it from that.
Strangely enough, I never did. I never even knew until you just said it, because like now that you say the whole name out loud, and now I'm just now putting the 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
because I've heard that song a million times. All right.
Yeah,
and they also did. They also did something by the
Descendants Hope.
Hope. Yep. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Sublime was a way better band than people give them credit for. I mean, I get why people hate on them, but this isn't about Sublime. So, all right. Now, where do I want to play? You know what? I'm just gonna go right back to the beginning too. Fuck Armageddon. This is hell.
You and me are like right on the same page here, buddy.
I got it too.
Oh,
it's a classic. Absolute classic.
Okay.
What happens if we have like 10? So if we've all shared and they all go to the top 10, what happens?
This is a quick episode.
Then the episode is over. I assure you that will not happen though, because I mean it never had. I think 9 is the record. I think we got 9 through once on unanimous decision, but we'll see. You never know, really. That's the name of the game.
These 2 like are absolute classics. Like they're undeniable. Just 1 or 2 of their best songs.
Well, yeah, agreed. It's just it's classic Bad Religion. That sound that you get from those early records. This is them at their absolute most punk. And Greg Graffin's voice in the recordings are just. He sounds youthful. Everything else, it kind of sounds like he could be a 40-year-old man. At least you get that sort of vibe when you're listening to later albums where, okay, he is kind of mature sounding, but when you listen to Suffer, he sounds way more mature than he did when they were doing How Can Hell Be Any Worse. So, I mean, it's absolute classic, yeah.
Well, we got it. All right. John?
All right. Let's go to Recipe for Hate and go with American Jesus.
Nope.
I left it off.
Ah,
But
I love the
brutal.
song.
Yeah.
I love the song, but I left it off.
the listeners agree with you too.
Good job, listeners.
I should also mention that the listeners mentioned Sorrow as well. All right. Let me move that over into the trash. Poor John.
Yeah, this is your episode. This is your sessions.
I did not
It's
expect.
like,
I did not expect
Well,
this.
it's still early. We got a ways to
It's
go.
very, very early. It's absolutely very early. All right, Randy.
I know you like the opening tracks, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've kind of backed off of it, but we'll see.
All right. You Are the Government.
Oh, I got that. Yep.
I got it too.
Oh. All right.
That's awesome.
All right.
He sounds so angry in this. Like, Coming Into Suffer, just a great way to start off that album. Like, he sounds intense and pissed off, and it's great.
I wish I would have taken notes. There's just so many bands that I've been listening to. I couldn't take any notes. I'd love to give you notes as to why I picked what. All right. All right. Well, how about that? Three in, one in the combo.
I'm up for breaking records today.
You
Let's
never
do it.
If on your first episode we get all 10 on the first pass, that would be insane.
I'm just gonna have to do more. I don't know what to say. I guess I'm very agreeable when it comes to music so far. So far.
What can I say? I saved the day, I guess. All right. You know what? Let me go here. I keep staring at this song, Flat Earth Society.
I got it.
I got it too.
Oh,
It's great. Love Flat Earth Society.
wowzers, McTavish. All right. Okay. No, I don't feel bad anymore. Like, at worst, we have.
I tried to tell you it was gonna be fine.
Well, you know.
Yeah, Flat Earth Society is awesome. Still relevant today, unfortunately.
100%. That's half of why I took it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I can tell you that is like, I couldn't back off of it because I was like, this is still a thing. So, like, yeah, I still need that. All right, John.
All right. Let's go back to Suffering. Let's go Do What You Want.
Oh no!
Nope.
I crossed it off at the last minute.
Are you kidding me? That's one of their best songs, hands down.
I feel
I
like
love it. I love that song. It's literally number 21.
if I had to guess, it was in top 30.
All right, we're having better luck on yours, so let's keep it going.
All right.
All right. I might as well give my replacement for Do What You Want, and that's Give You Nothing.
Nope.
Nope, that was an either or for me too. I don't have it.
All right. Which way do I go, though? Because I don't want to lose any of this momentum. All right. You know what? I'm going to go here. It's a hit. It's another hit. And, you know, maybe I'm losing momentum, but I had completely forgotten about this song. And at the time when I heard it, and it used to get played on a station here, 96X, like all the time. And I think it suffered from getting overplayed, which is insane to think because, you know, Sorrow got played way more and that never went away for me. But this song has completely disappeared around here. Infected.
Yeah, I left it off.
Yeah, I don't have it. I think you're right. It suffered from overplaying. I think it was on one of the Guitar Heroes as well. I used to play the crap out of it on Guitar Hero, and I never want to hear that guitar line ever again.
I wanted to ignore it, especially since like it was something I had already heard. There's so much like classic sound going on, but like I couldn't put that one to bed. All right. That's okay. Now's the time for Mrs. John?
All right. I don't think we've done anything from No Control yet. And let's do Change of Ideas from No Control.
I love it, but I don't have it.
All right. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty because I don't have that either.
Okay.
All right. Randy?
One of you guys has to have this. The Generator.
I know.
Nope.
I know I did. Now, whether it made it all the way through, I don't know. Looks like it did not. Nope.
Ugh,
Nope.
I'm disappointed by that one.
There it is. There it is. All right. Okay, we've slowed down a little bit here. You know, I'm going to go back to Suffer. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go right there. Suffer.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're back.
Hey!
We did it.
Hey. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
Officially
Great
halfway.
song. Great song.
All right. Into the unanimous. I can talk, I swear. All right. John?
All right, let's go 21st Century Digital Boy.
Oh, God dang it.
It was very tough to leave it out.
Oh,
I did.
I'm not hitting on mine today.
I was down to that or Infected, and Infected just, pardon the pun, infected me. I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, why hasn't Infected been used in one of these zombie movies? Somebody's got to get on
Seriously. It seems like easy. All right. And actually, I
Maybe
think
Bad Religion doesn't want their songs in movies.
Oh,
It
that
sounds
might be
like
true
something it
too.
could be.
That might be true too. All right, Randy?
All right, I kind of want to see how early we can get, as much into the top 10. I feel like John definitely has this, and Justin, I'm really hoping you have this. I want to give all these idiots a Bad New Religion. How about I Want to Conquer the World?
I got it.
Definitely.
Oh!
That might be my favorite Bad Religion song.
Oh! Wowzers.
6.
Not quite the blood. I mean, poor John is not doing so well, but like...
At least I've got the ones that you guys have.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not us sharing, just the two of us, and then we have to go conversation with, hey, John, you didn't have any of these songs.
All right. Wow. Let me just start taking some shots in the dark here. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to stay on that same album. Sanity.
Love it, don't have it.
Same. Yeah, it didn't make the list.
All right. John?
Atomic Garden.
I got it.
All right. I don't. Which album is that?
Generator.
Okay. Generator is my green one, I think.
Some of the best drumming on that song. It just pounds. It's so good.
There it is. All right, but I didn't have it, but Randy did, so it goes to the conversation.
It's in the conversation. My list is trimming down here.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Here's one that I'm not sure if anyone's gonna have, but how about Better Off Dead?
Nope.
Okay.
Which album is that?
I believe that's Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah.
All right. That's back to me. All right. Let's go to Recipe for Hate. And how about Watch It Die?
Don't have it.
Nope.
Trash. Into the trash it goes.
We watch that song die.
I think that's one of the songs Eddie did backup vocals on.
Yep, yep. Now's a good time to mention Randy and I do a Pearl Jam podcast called Live on Four Legs. A little tie-in with Bad Religion there with doing the background vocals.
Ah, I got you.
And I've actually seen Bad Religion open up for Pearl Jam in Chicago.
Yeah.
What? That's
Oh yeah.
all right. That's okay. That'd be an intense show.
It was. I mean, it was in 2009, so it's not. They went on tour together back in 1995, where the two bands were absolutely sizzling. But 2009, it's both dad rock at the time, so it's not as insane. But they literally announced that Bad Religion was going to open probably 2 weeks before the show, and I absolutely lost my mind. It's probably one of the best opening acts that I could have asked for.
Wow. All right. So let's see. What I put out Watch It Die, so it's John's turn.
All right. Let's go back to the old days and do Voice of God as Government.
No. I think I put it on my list kind of towards the bottom. It's probably like 45 or something like that. But
It's got a cool little spoken intro where he plays that preacher part.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to get enough of Greg's preacher-esque songs in there, but that one just missed.
So Justin, you didn't have it either?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir. All right. Randy.
Where do I want to go? I'm going to go really early. I'm going to say Along the Way.
I wanted to put it, but I didn't.
No, I don't have it.
Mm.
That was actually the title of one of their VHS home videos. I think back in the late '80s, they have a couple of live shows that they put out, and one of them's called Along the Way.
I don't know if it's that one or the one that came out during Empire Strikes First, but one of those has some amazing outtakes where like Brett and Brian are both playing Nintendo or something like that. That might be Along the Way.
Well, Along the Way is the really old one. That's like from the Suffer tour, the No Control tour, maybe.
Yeah, it has.
I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, there's something with Bad Religion and Nintendo that's out there that's really hilarious.
All right. I keep coming back to this one. I keep looking at this one. Number one, I really, 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 really like the name. The positive aspect of negative thinking.
Nope.
I don't have it.
Oh, all right. Just so we're clear, we are not out of the woods for NTP yet. We have 8 as it stands, 6 unanimous and 2 in the conversation. So we're not out of the woods. And I'm actually ticking down. I got looks like 8 left.
Yeah, I've got 7.
All right.
So
I got 8 as well.
Well, let's try to hit on one, and let's do No Control from No Control.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I don't, but
Conversation's conversation.
And we'll take it.
We will take it. Yes. All right, Randy.
How about from Against the Grain?
Hold on one sec. Let me make sure.
Nope, don't have that one.
Nope, I don't either. All right. I wish I knew which ones were which. I color code these and then don't bother to learn which colors are which until showtime. So then I end up. There we go. I found it. You know what? I'm gonna stay right with y'all. I'm gonna go with a title track. Stranger Than Fiction.
I got it.
Let's put it in the top 10.
Hey, all right. And that officially puts NTP to bed.
Aw,
Poor John. not having a good go.
I really wanted to bring back American Jesus. I'm sorry.
All right. Was that me? Yeah, Stranger Than Fiction was me. All right.
Yeah.
John.
All right, let's keep it going with the title tracks and do Recipe for Hate.
I got it.
Nope.
All right. Conversation. And now we officially have conversation too. All right, Randy.
I will stay with Recipe for Hate, and I will go Struck a Nerve.
Nope.
Nope. I love that song, but I feel like it's not like indicative enough of what they do to put it
That's
on a list
kinda
like
why
this. But if I was making a top 10 list of my favorite Bad Religion songs, it might be on there.
Yeah, that's kind of why I picked it, because it just kind of showed that they have way more depth than, what you actually see with just the classic, 1 2 minute punk rock songs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just start taking swings here. Swings in the dark, as it were. Two Babies in the Dark.
Yeah, it's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, no, don't have it.
Now's the time for him, gents. Now's the time for him. All right, John.
Let's do You.
I got it.
Which album?
No Control.
Okay, so I think that's Black. Yep, Black. No, I don't have it. But goes to the conversation. And all right, Randy.
I have 3 left.
Let's see. I got 5.
Yeah, 3 here. So
Should I go with what the least one I think that you guys will have, or the most? What do you think?
I mean, oh shoot, I forgot to add one over there. I mean, we're doing okay right now. If you wanted to just put one out that you really like, now's the time for it.
Yeah, this is one. This is off of, I believe, Against the Grain or Generator. I can't remember which one at this point. But this is actually a song that the Ataris covered a couple of years back, and it's a song that just has beautiful, beautiful lyrics. Heaven is Falling.
Oh, nope.
Nope. Yeah, it's on Generator, and yeah, it's great, but Generator's like a kind of a weird record.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it didn't really hit with me for this. So I don't have it.
Okay, so I won't play these two then.
It's still good. It's just it was kind of an odd turn in their discography.
Let me trot out my last one from Recipe for Hate. Modern Day Catastrophists.
No.
All right.
Mind you, I went into this with about 5 Recipe for Hate songs, and I ended up with 2.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's only
I
one
thought
more
I
than
really
had.
liked it, then I realized I liked No Control much more.
Oh yeah.
All right, John.
Let's do another Recipe for Hate. Let's go Skyscraper.
Yeah, I got that.
Nope. Into the combo though.
You build me up and you tear me down.
See, John, you may have started cold, but you've.
I know. Yeah, I'm on a little hot streak here.
Yeah, you've middled out.
All right, fellas, this is my last one. We had a really good run. I was very, very surprised that a lot of these were 100% agreed on, and then it looks like all the ones that I have in the convo are ones that I picked. So that's uplifting to me, and I guess my taste of Bad Religion. So the last one on my list is one that starts out with a frickin' solo at the top. Modern Man.
Nope.
I got it.
Oh. All right. I remember it, but I don't remember which album it is.
Modern Man is Against the Grain.
There it is. I see it. All right. Into the conversation. And since you probably have 2 left, John?
I've got 1 left.
1 left. Okay. So I'll bounce my last 4 off of you.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. All right. So my last 4. What Can You Do?
Nope.
The Answer?
Nope.
I almost picked The Answer.
Only Entertainment?
Nope.
And Inner Logic?
Nope.
All right. And what was
my
your
last one? Is God Song.
All right. Well, I couldn't ask for a better first round. I got to be honest. Like, we didn't get a ridiculous amount in the conversation, so our conversation won't be too hard. We only need 3 to finish out our list, and we have a hell of a start already. So let me archive that. Here's the 7 that are in. We're Only Gonna Die, Fuck Armageddon, This Is Hell, You Are the Government, Flat Earth Society, Suffer, I Want to Conquer the World, and Stranger Than Fiction are in.
That's pretty strong.
That's really good.
Now we have 7 that we need to trim down to 3. We have Sorrow, Atomic Garden, No Control, Recipe for Hate, You, Skyscraper, Modern Man. Well, honestly, looking at this, only 2 of those I had. So I'm an easy sell, but don't let that sway you.
Well,
there's only one of these I didn't have, so I'm easy sell too.
I'm gonna let Randy make his case for Sorrow one more time, and we'll see if we can work that in there.
Obviously we took a lot of time with stuff from 1980 through 1994, but really Process of Belief is a fantastic album. After a couple of stinkers, Gray Race was kind of, and New America was kind of.
We won't talk about No Substance.
No Substance is absolutely out there. But Greg was going through a divorce at the time, so he was writing some apolitical stuff. But really, Process of Belief was the first that came out, I believe the first that came out during the Bush administration. So it had that kind of back to punk rock mentality, but not only that, but it's kind of like back to sort of exchanging their way of life, their way of thinking. And Sorrow really is the pinnacle of that. The idea of the song being about a son and a father who have completely different viewpoints on how the world is should be treated, should be formed, and it's almost saying the whole entire song is that once all of our world wars have been fought, that's it. We're going to live long and prosper and have a happy life. And it's sort of taking that idea and sort of saying that there's more to life than this. It's beautifully written. It's a fantastic song. Greg just does an amazing job on vocals. The harmonies in it are just amazing. It's one of their absolute best songs.
And that works for me. What do you think, Justin?
Oh, I mean, I had it. So
yeah, I think let's move it over.
Yeah.
All right.
So Sorrow gets in. Now the last 2. And I got to be honest, I'm cool with any of these. I'm putting it out there. So if you guys are leaning any way, I don't
have
even need
2
to be
that
moved.
I like more than the others, but
We'll put them out there.
I would argue for No Control and for You.
All right.
I think I was gonna say No Control, definitely. I think that's one of their best songs.
All right, so No Control is in. But you had something else in mind for the other one?
Yeah, I keep going back to Atomic Garden.
Such a cool song. It's so unique. The riff of it is so unique. It's played it's kind of a jaunty tune.
All right, so.
But I could go with Recipe for Hate. I could go with Modern Man. It's a great song. You is a great song. But I keep looking at Atomic Garden.
The one cool thing I will say about You is that the little Beatles nod thrown in there. There's no time for bustling and fighting, my friend, from We Can Work It Out. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, but we already have 2 from No Control.
That's what I was gonna say.
We don't have anything.
Okay.
We don't have anything from Generator.
So I was gonna say, do we care about having reasonable equal representation here? Because if we do, then Atomic Garden is in. And if we don't,
But we only have 1 Up Against the Grain. Modern Man's so good. I don't know if I
We
think
don't have any
it's,
Recipe for Hate.
I know it's Atomic Garden for me by a hair.
So square them up against each other. You versus Atomic Garden.
The one thing about you that I will say is that it sort of has the same vibe as Generator, like the motion of the song is kind of the same. It kind of goes back to what you were saying before, Justin, about how a lot of these songs, they're punk rock songs, so there's not a lot of difference between too many of them. And that's the only thing I have against you. And it was off my original list because I had thought that You was another song before really digging deep into it. And I'm like, oh no, that is You. So that's the only thing I have against it. I love Atomic Garden too. I don't know if Atomic Garden for me is essential Bad Religion. Like I don't know if that is first of the top 10 that come to mind for me to tell people to go listen to.
So what about Recipe for Hate? Is Recipe for Hate in this conversation as well? That's a classic song.
It is. I kind of.
The way he says hate at the end, like hate, like that.
For hate, yeah.
So, but let me ask you guys this: like sound wise, like do we want to go more towards that classic, straightforward punk rock song, or do we have that covered enough and we want something that sounds kind of different? Or do we just say, F it, this is the one?
I mean, if we want something different, you can argue Skyscraper too.
It's definitely more melodic than a lot of the stuff that's on this list.
Do we want to show people that they can do that?
I mean, you sort of have that with Sorrow. Sorrow's kind of less of a punk rock song than the rest of them.
I gotta make it. It's got to be Atomic Garden for me. That's my vote. Looking at these, that's I'm sticking with that.
I got a bunch of these. I got my way on a bunch of these. You know, we all picked the same ones. So I had Atomic Garden in my top 20. For it not to be a top 10, I can't say no to that. You know, I would think that out of these five, I would say personally it would be You, then Modern Man, then Atomic Garden, then Skyscraper, then Recipe for Hate. But if you want to go Atomic Garden, I'm totally cool with that.
Well, I think just for album representation and ease of conversation at this point, we go with Atomic Garden. And, I mean, at this point you gave a lot of shine to You as well. So like, and
yeah,
at this point I'll also point out that anybody who's listening to this should do as Jenny Zell does, collect the songs as we go and listen to them.
Absolutely.
That way you can listen and decide for yourself, because some of you are already Bad Religion fans and you're going to yell at me for my choices, which happens.
Even the trash ain't trash here. We got Generator, 21st Century Digital Boy in the trash.
American Jesus, Against the Grain, Struck a Nerve, like classics.
And then there's stuff that we didn't even pick, like Anesthesia and
Faith Alone.
Yeah, Television. I mean, there's so much out there. They've literally written next to 300 songs.
Frogger is one of my favorite Bad Religion songs. Nobody picked Frogger.
Insane. But welcome to the world, Randy. This is what I do on a weekly basis. This is what I do. Well, and speaking of a weekly basis, patreon.com/ohhijustin. If you pledge just $1 a month, you get the Oh Hi Justin pod daily, which is a week, in case you didn't realize what I was doing there. And you also get the After School pod, which is daily. You also get deprogrammed early, blah, blah, blah. You get lots of stuff that I'm doing. You get access to my brain, essentially. $1 a month. It greatly helps me out. This is episode 2 of the John F. Sessions. You still feeling good, John?
I feel great. Let's keep it going.
So in just a few, to us, we're going to be moving on to the next band, but for you all, it'll be a week. Thank you so much for joining us this week, Randy.
Thank you. So did we officially pick Atomic Garden, or?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Here, let me.
I just wasn't sure.
Let me wrap this top 10. We're Only Gonna Die, Fuck Armageddon, You Are the Government, Flat Earth Society, Suffer, I Want to Conquer the World, Stranger Than Fiction, Sorrow, No Control, Atomic Garden, and you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put the feet to the fire here, big time. Randy, you're going first. What's the number one with a bullet?
Whew.
You only get one song to tell somebody this is Bad Religion.
I Want to Conquer the World.
What are you thinking, John?
Ooh, it's either I Want to Conquer the World or Fuck Armageddon for me. It's either one of those two.
Well, let me just go ahead and make Conquer the World unanimous because that's what I was thinking. So
cool.
There you go.
All right, we'll go
I'm good with that.
We'll go with Conquer the World. And Randy, you'll have to. I don't know if you've already looked at the list to see if there's anything you wanted to get in on, but you should.
There's
if you
tons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't feel like you have to be on episodes with John either.
No, I look. This went too well today. This went too smooth. I want to find a band that we can sort of bicker about. I think Wilco could be that band.
Ooh, okay.
I think we talked about Wilco. I think we talked about The Who. I think we talked about Sleater-Kinney. Have you done a Descendants episode yet? Because I think John and I
We have not.
really do.
Oh yeah, I think that one's on the list. I think there's another person that's on there, but yeah, we could definitely use another one for that one.
Okay, yeah, I'm in on
be
Descendants. Absolutely. What else would I be interested in? Would you guys do ska? I would love to do some ska.
Totally. I mean, we've got like baseline ska up there, like Boss Tones, and something else got put up there recently.
How about like Less Than Jake?
If for me, like the entry has to be, I have to be able to listen to it on Spotify. So if I can get it on Spotify, then yeah. So I'm into it.
Less Than Jake. I mean, they were on Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and like they were pretty popular for a ska band in the late '90s.
So there you have it, folks. There's going to be more John F. Sessions. You're going to hear it in the weeks to come. Literally the rest of the year, John.
It's thanks to you, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I say it every time, but I love doing these. It's so much fun. Thank you for letting me come on and do it.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, Bad Religion, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.